NCIS Red, the only NCIS spinoff that did not go forward. Here's why the planned NCIS Red series never made it to air. Despite the NCIS franchise having produced several hit spinoffs over the years, itself a spinoff of another military-related series, JAG, the original NCIS premiered in 2003. Today, it's had a staggering 19-season run. The series follows a Washington, D.C.-based team within the Naval Criminal Investigation Services, which was led by Mark Harmon's character, Jethro Gibbs, until 2021 when he left the show. The show has amassed a massive fan base over the years and gained recognition via Emmys, People's Choice Awards, and more. Interestingly, there was one version of the show set to air that never came to be. Since its debut, several spin-offs have branched off from the original NCIS, just like CSI, where you have different teams in different locations. The first spin-off, NCIS Los Angeles, and then followed by NCIS New Orleans, and most recently, the failure NCIS Hawaii. Despite these spin-offs becoming huge hits in their own rights, except for Hawaii, there was another NCIS show that was meant to branch off from this franchise counterparts. In late 2012, early 2013, a spin-off NCIS Red was also in the works. Actors like John Corbett, Kim Raver, and Scott Grimes were cast for the show, which was set to focus on a team of agents that traveled together throughout the U.S. to solve crimes. In March 2013, the show's main characters made their debut via a two-part episode entitled Red, which appeared in NCIS Los Angeles Season 4. However, 2 months later, it was reported that planned procedural drama had been axed before its official run had ever begun. It was an unfortunate occurrence for the viewers who were looking forward to another incarnation of the franchise. CBS doubled down on the decision not to commence with NCIS Red in May 2013, when Digital Spy reported entertainment president Nina Tesler stating, "Sometimes spin-offs work and sometimes they don't. Protecting the franchise is really important." I guess he didn't get the memo with Hawaii. In fairness, Tesler had a point. As disappointing as the final call to opt out of NCIS Red must have been for the actors and creative team involved, any franchise that goes to a level of success that NCIS had reached 10 years into its run requires careful handling. If done right, spin-offs can work as well as the original series like LA and New Orleans. New Orleans, which finished its run, and LA, which is still going. If done wrong, it can take a franchise and hurt the original. Like NCIS Hawaii dragging down the original's ratings when they forced the character crossovers. And it's interesting to ponder what NCIS Red could have been and what it might have added to the franchise, especially with the characters traveling around. They could have showed up on other shows, all the NCIS characters, and even some JAG characters appearing for cameos or entire season arcs. A more cautious decision to pass on the series shows some creative integrity on CBS's part, providing the company didn't want to water down the popular series with a possible dud. Something they didn't think about with NCIS Hawaii, which is why they're trying to force it into every series. They're trying to get the people to like the show when nobody is watching it. The lowest rated of any NCIS series. The funny side note of NCIS Red is that NCIS Hawaii's main focus is that it has a female leading the team. Now, besides the point that we've already had females leading the teams on the original NCIS, they said, oh, well, this one is in the field. This one's the leader in the field. Well, NCIS Red had a female leader in the field, plus a female badass. The tech was an African-American male, and from what I saw in the 2 episodes that were actually produced, the backdoor pilots, The whole series, a big joke about it would be, okay, who's in charge, her or the guy? When technically she's in charge because she's the actual senior agent. He's a higher rank, but she's the senior agent, and he's just an analyst. So he needs to kind of stay behind and be in the back, be the guy in the chair. Unlike NCIS Hawaii, NCIS Red may have actually succeeded. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Those may argue that NCIS Hawaii actually has decent ratings. Here's the actual ratings numbers. You can see that at the start, its only successful episodes were the episodes that crossed over with the other NCISs, meaning that if you wanted to get the rest of the story or the mystery and see how the person's caught, you had to watch Hawaii. Now let's look at the original NCIS. The original series ending at 5.7. With it dropping down in viewership because Mark Harmon left the series and people are not really wanting to watch it anymore without him. As well as maybe possibly the crossovers of Hawaii damaging it because, okay, you watch NCIS number 1, you set your DVR to record it, and then NCIS number 2, the episode, has no continuation of the story. Like, what the fuck happened? No one told me I needed to watch Hawaii. So then you get pissed off and you don't watch it anymore. And just for fun, let's see how LA did, because while New Orleans was finished and dead, LA is still going. LA ending in 4.9, starting off at a 6.5. So LA had a massive drop towards the end. It lost almost 30. It lost 30 points throughout the season.